My name is Sara Varona and welcome to our website, buildyouryogabusiness.com. If you've never been to our site, then we're glad to have you here. And there's a whole bunch of really valuable information on our site. So please take the time to look around, and hopefully the information that Harlan and I have posted on the site will help you build your yoga business and get you to the next level that you want to get to. Today I'm going to be showing you a sun salutation that I created. I invented a type of yoga called Restoraflow Yoga, and I first started teaching it in May in Costa Rica to some people who came to a retreat, and we had a wonderful time, and they have taken what they've learned and gone on to teach it to their students in their classes as well as their privates. So my goal with Restoraflow is to continue teaching it and to get it out there so many people can start to get certified in it and learn it. It is a combination of restorative poses as well as Vinyassa flow yoga. And today I'm going to be showing you a sun salutation that I created. It is called Serpent Awakening Namaskar. And this is specifically a sun salutation I designed to help open up people's backs. And it's a way for them to incorporate a flow and a sun salutation, pausing and resting and having moments to breathe, having moments to feel what's happening in their body, and also giving you as a teacher the opportunity to adjust them and do some really nice hands-on things with them. And I have worked with this with my private clients, and I've found that it helps people immensely. People who have tight backs, people who may wake up with some sort of pain in their lower back, or people who have tight upper thoracic spines. So I encourage you to watch this. I'm going to run it twice. The first time I'm just going to teach it, and I have a yoga demonstration model here with me today, and so he'll be actually doing the sun salutation. His name is Josiah Batson. And so the first time, I'm just going to run it through so you can start to get to know it and you could learn it on your own. The second time we do it, I'm going to do it with a couple of adjustments and a little bit of hands-on massage and things that you can play with when you're learning this. So I hope that you'll enjoy this, and my wish is that you'll take this sun salutation and please call it by its name and where it came from. And it is called Serpent Awakening Namaskar. And I would love for you to go on and learn this and get it into your body, and then feel free to teach it to whomever you feel that needs it. Namaste. So come to the very top of your mat and stand all the way up, coming into mountain pose. So for a moment, just spread your toes, lift your toes off of the mat, and then place them individually on the mat and spread them evenly and widely. And feel your body lifting from the soles of your feet up, fingers relaxed, the energy flowing down your arms. Take a moment here and close your eyes and move into the awareness of your breathing. Nice, full, gentle, even breaths. Now bring your right hand to your side waist, and on the inhale, lift your left arm all the way up and over your ear, getting a whole nice stretch up and through the torso, so start to bend all the way over. And take 2 full deep breaths here. And inhale, bring the left arm up. Exhale, left hand on your side waist. Good. Inhale, right arm extends up. Exhale, float up and over to the side. Head can either be focused, eyes looking up towards the center of the palm, or you can completely relax your head. So let's just show the other version where you just drop your head, relax your head, soften your eyes. And then inhale, lift the arm all the way up. Exhale, place the hand on your hip. One more time. Inhale, left arm reaches and extend up. Exhale, lengthen up and over. Take another breath here. And then Inhale, lifting up. And then exhale, left hand on your hip. Inhale, right arm coming up. Exhale, reach up and over. Beautiful. Fill the whole part of your torso with your breath. And inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, release the arm down. Take the hands behind your lower back, interlace your fingers here, palms together. Inhale, first come into a little upper back bend and look up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hinge at the waist, start to move into a slow forward bend, using the energy through the soles of the feet. Start to take your hands up over your head as far as you can comfortably go without any strain. Allow your client to stay here and take a couple of breaths here. So the first one sun salutation that you teach your client or your students, if you're teaching in a class, you want to move through it slowly. You can do this 4 or 5 times and then start to get quicker and then lessen the amount of time that you're holding the poses for. Now release the arms down to the floor. Hands either on top of the shins or pressing down. Inhale, lengthen, look straight ahead. Exhale, fold in. Good, now walk all the way back onto all fours, coming onto your hands and your knees here. We're going to move into cat and cow. However, on cat and cow, you want to make sure, this is a little bit different, that they have their hands in front of their shoulders, not right underneath their shoulders, because this way it will allow them to get more into the upper spine here. We're going to do 5 rounds of cat and cow with lion's breath. So you're going to inhale, round your spine, drop your head, breathe in through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth wide and come into a full lion's breath. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, curl the spine, pull the navel up. Exhale, come all the way through. Inhale, lifting, engaging the navel. Exhale, opening, breathing all that stale energy out. Beautiful, just add 2 more. Inhale, rounding. Exhale, arching the back, lifting that heart and chest open. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, coming forward. Now here, let your body move into child's pose. Feet relax, bum reaches to the heels, head softens to your mat, and allow your arms to come right by your side. And this is a nice place to just allow your client to rest. Let them be here for a minute or so, or 10 breaths, you decide. And one way of knowing how deep they're breathing is for you to just stand at the side of them and place your hand on top of their back. And then say, breathe into my hand, or breathe into my hands, and place one hand at their lower back and one hand in the middle of their upper back. So that is a guide for them to be able to breathe deeper and to feel the energy of their breath moving into your hands. Especially for beginner students who aren't so much aware of their breath and they're still learning how to breathe deeper, this is a great place to just have them pause and let them take a couple minutes of rest. Okay, now Josiah, you're going to come into modified plank position. So you're just going to walk your hands forward on the mat. Knees step back a little bit. Good. And then you're going to lower all the way down into the floor. So actively engage the belly and then drop all the way down onto the mat. Beautiful, and then you're going to come into a slow Cobra lift. Relax your toes, relax your legs. Inhale, breath comes up. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Now we're going to move into a twisting sequence. So you're going to take your left arm all the way forward in front of you. Good, and take your right arm underneath you. This is a threading the needle twist position. So good. So you're going to start like that. Now roll onto your side here. Good. Now start to bend your left knee. There you go. So we do this 3 times. And each time you allow your client to go a little bit deeper. So on the inhale, you bring your hands together. On the exhale, they stretch their arm, keeping it connected to the floor as much as possible, up and over. And they only go a little bit. Good. Now inhale, come back. And exhale, take it up and over your head a little bit further. Good. One more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, move all the way back and allow them to come into the deepest twist that they can go, where their head follows their arm. We're a little bit restricted by the wall, so he's just going to bend his arm slightly. Nice. And then just pause, relax, let your body soften into the floor. And now take a couple slow, deep breaths here. And same thing in this pose, you can just come and sit beside them, place their hand on their chest and say, breathe into my hand. And again, let them pause and relax here for a moment. And on the inhale, start to reach the arm up and over the head. And then exhale, straighten your leg all the way down and come back to lying on your belly. Good. And now we're going to prepare for the other side. Right arm forward, left arm reaches underneath. Extend the arm as far as you can beyond you. Good. Release your head to the floor. Roll over onto your left side. Start to bend your right leg. Good. Now you'll notice sometimes people will hold their head. You want to make sure their head is relaxed. So just bring your hands together on the inhale. Deep breath in. Exhale, start to open the arm up and over the head. Good, that's 1. Now inhale, lead them with the breath. Exhale, open the arm a little bit more. Going further, keep going. Go a little bit more. There you go. And release forward. Good, now deep inhale. And then exhale, come to your full range here. Coming right into a nice twist. Let both arms lengthen out. Feel the shoulder blades softening to the floor. Arm a little bit straighter, release, loosen up the thumb there. Good. And just allow them to rest in this place. Being quiet, being at one with their breath. We'll pretend that that little ring of the phone is just like a chanting of Om. Now you're going to inhale, draw the arm all the way back and over. And come all the way down so you're lying on your belly. Hands underneath the shoulders. Palms spread, elbows in towards the side of the ribs. Inhale, push up into Cobra. Exhale, release all the way down. And now here, start to push all the way up and back. And we're going to come into Child's Pose one more time. This time, we're going to keep the arms in front. So you're going to nice stretch all in the shoulders. Allow them to really open up their hands and spread their arms wide. And then here's where we incorporate the bolster. So just so you're going to come onto your hands and knees for a moment. We're going to bring this bolster, stay right there for me. Okay, so we go into threading the needle using the bolster. This can be a little intense for some people. So you get them to take their right arm underneath, threading the needle, reach it. Now soften the shoulder and the head onto the bolster. And just relax your upper body there. Good, now take your top arm and reach it across your ear and over your head. Placing it on the mat. Yes, that's it, good. And feel this nice length and stretch here. I'm going to take a few breaths here. Good, and now second variation, some people you'll just want to get them to stay here. This will be enough. Other people who you feel you can go further, you tell them to take this hand back behind their lower back and reach around to their hip or their thigh. And this is a bit of a shoulder opener. You get them to feel like they're peeling the shoulder and this part of the pectoral of the chest opening up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. And then gently release and lower the arm. Push yourself up slowly, and then we'll switch to the other side. So your left arm comes underneath you. Good, soften the head and shoulders. Really reach this arm as much as you can. There, now take your top arm all the way up and over your ear and place it on top of the mat. You'll notice too, usually one side tends to be tighter. Is this side a little bit tighter on you? Mm-hmm. That's what I could just tell by the way he was going into it and how this arm was moving, and you could see it here a little bit. So typically, you know this as yoga teachers, one side of the body shows a different way in certain poses. And then let's do the second variation, hand right behind your back. Lengthening to the other side, you really peel the shoulder up and open. Got a few breaths there. And here at the back, they can have their feet relaxed, or you can also get them, if you're working on opening up their toes and working the metatarsus a little bit, you can also get them to curl their feet under in this pose. So there's two options there. And then release your hand all the way down. Good, now slowly push yourself up. I'm going to take the bolster away. And I'd like you to move into downward facing dog. And now in downward facing dog, lengthening, spreading the fingers, sit bones extending up to the ceiling, soft back of the knees a little bit, good, thigh bones lifting. So just I'm going to get you to take your hands back a few inches. This is just a little modification because his heels are not touching the floor, which is fine. Now I'm going to ask him to bend his knees slightly. And then I'm going to ask him to extend his sit bones higher and lengthen more through his spine. Does that feel a little different? Bend your knees a little bit more. Yeah, I want to see those heels. Let those heels come off. Now either way is perfectly fine. I just want to let him feel a little bit something different here. Good, now look towards your hands. Walk all the way up towards your hands. Stay in a forward bend. Relax your head. So come back for me. Get them to relax first. They're going to want to go to the next stage. Let them just feel and breathe. So head relaxes. Now I want you to lift up. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold and lower. From here, either variation one is you can just have them roll up. If they're a very beginner student and they're just starting out, get them to relax their arms and have them gently roll up. So let's try this first side. Slowly move through each vertebrae of the spine. Head and shoulders lasting to come up. And relax. Good, so that's option one. Option two, please go back into your forward bend. Okay, that's fine, relax. Okay, option two, take the arms out to the side. Good, now come up to tabletop back position, so you're on a flat back. Now here, you want to make sure their arms are just a little bit more forward. Now, I want you to relax these fingers a bit. Keep the energy extending through them, but just feel the softness in them. Beautiful. Now from here, you get them to engage their navel and you get them to start to extend through the crown of their head as they come up through a flat back. So inhale, lift. Good, and the arms come right above the head. Interlace the fingers. Exhale here. Good, now inhale, come into a little back bend. Good, and then exhale, hands come into the heart center. Namaste. Beautiful. So that was variation 1 on the sun salutation. I did a couple of things just to add on to show you, but you can watch this a couple times and then start to learn it and just go through it slowly. Now we're going to do the one where I show you with a few actual adjustments you can do on people. I'm slightly limited, as you can see, so they won't be my normal adjustments, but I can still manipulate somebody's body and do a couple things. So we'll play around with that next. Hi there, here we are with variation 2, and I'll be showing you a few adjustments that you can do, as well as just a little bit of hands-on massage that you can do. And we're going to pick up the pace just a little bit more on this round. Okay, standing in mountain pose to begin with. A little bit, just drop your tailbone, pull up through the navel, keep a softness in the ribs and the sternum. Arms a little bit more down at your side, fingers reaching, lengthening towards the floor. Good, take a deep breath in. Inhale and exhale. We're going to go into 2 side stretches, right hand on the hip. Inhale, left arm lifts up. Exhale, lengthen up and over. Be careful not to move too much into the side of the right waist. Still, use your hands here and help lift them up a little bit. Yes, so you keep lengthening. Good, now inhale up, exhale, release. Left hand on the side waist. Inhale, right arm lengthens towards the ceiling. Exhale, go up and over. This time I want you to drop your head, relax your head completely. This is another variation. Get them to just soften their head, get them to close their eyes. Now he's leaning a little bit back, so I would say, Josiah, drop your tailbone, pull up and lift a little bit forward. Relax, you're tight, you're stiff, relax. Breathe into that tightness. Good, there, that's better. Do you feel the difference? I can't hear you. Okay, good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Switch sides. Inhale up. And then exhale over. You can just get them to do 1 breath here. Inhale, come up. Exhale, switch. Right on. Inhale, lift. And exhale, up and over. Same thing. You're going to the back. Go more to the front. Lengthening. There, good. Now inhale, come up. Exhale, hands behind your lower back. Interlace your fingers, index fingers together. Push down through your feet evenly into all areas of the feet. Energize through the leg muscles. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pull the arms back. Good, drop the head. Here you can hold their shoulders a little bit like this, or you can come around to their back and just push up towards the top of their spine. Good. Breathe. You stop breathing, I think. Let me hear you breathe. Good. Now inhale, come forward. Exhale, hinge at the waist, lower all the way down. Relax your head. Start to take your arms over. Take 1 hand on their lower back, their sacrum. Take the other hand here. Take your legs wide apart. On the inhale, tell them to relax their arms towards their spine. On the exhale, help them and assist, pull their arms up towards the top of their head. Good. And then inhale, we're going to do this twice more. Exhale. It's okay, their arms are going to come apart a little bit. Nice, Josiah. Good. Inhale, does that feel all right?
That's right.
Always asking for feedback from your clients, just to know that you're not taking them too far. And release the arms all the way down to the floor. He can reach his hands down to the floor, so he's going to place them on the mat. If not, it's fine to get your clients to have them on their thighs. Maybe this is only as far as they could go. Or maybe this is only as far as it can go. Good, hands on top and down to the floor. Relax your head. Inhale, lift and look up. Exhale, fold and lower. Good, and here you can just slightly press your weight forward, plant down on your feet and push on their spine. Let your hand massage down towards their head. Good. And then walk all the way back onto your hands and knees here. We're going to move right into cat and cow with lion's breath, doing that 5 times. I'm going to come behind him here, as he rounds and he inhales, I'm going to help assist him so he really pulls up. Now exhale, I'm going to lightly just push on his lower back to help him engage that arch a little bit more. Inhale, pulling up, drop the head. Exhale, deep lion's breath. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, 2 more. Inhale, lift. Can be very subtle, you don't have to do it too hard. Exhale. Final one. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Go a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Nice. Exhale, forward. Good. And you can give them a little quick massage here. Now come right back into child's pose. Relax the hands, lengthen down, hands behind you. Now this is a nice spot to lightly press. So come towards their head, legs wide apart. Press your fingers towards their buttocks, palms on their lower back, and tell them to breathe. Breathe with them. Inhale. Now exhale. Push your weight and press their buttocks down to their heels a little bit more. And then you can kind of change the position of your hands and do a little walking on the back with your hands, avoiding pressing on the actual spine. How does that feel, Josiah? Good. I think he's happy. Okay, so now here, we're going to get you to take your hands forward, shift the body forward, come into modified plank. Walk your knees back slightly. Okay, now this is one place a lot of your clients are going to have no idea what to do, especially if they're new to yoga. They're either going to want to lead with their chest, or they're going to want to drop their bum first. So there's many variations. You want to make sure that their whole torso and their body is going down to the floor as one unit. So one way I do is I hold their stomach and I tell them to shift the body weight forward. Now keep everything going down at the same time. Bend your elbows. Beautiful. Keep going. All the way down. And then inhale, come into a small cobra. Come behind them. Lift their shoulders up and back. Exhale, lower down. Good. Left arm forward. Right arm underneath you. Coming into threading the needle. Good. Come onto your side, right. Left knee bends. Good. So this you're going to have to go slowly because a lot of beginners will get confused. Here, I'm going to assist him. Inhale. Now exhale. I'm behind his back. Okay, I'm going to take his arm and just bring him a little bit. Let your head go as much as you can. Good. And then inhale, come back. And then exhale, come a little bit further. I'm kneeling behind him. My left shin is down to the floor. So I'm in like a half hero pose. And my right knee is up. So my thigh is supporting the middle of his back. My hand is on his upper side, waist and chest. And my other hand is assisting his arm. Good. So here, I would say relax because he's tensing. This is as far as he can go. So this is it. Lengthen your fingers. Good. And then inhale, come back. And then exhale, come a little bit more. Now keep going, follow the energy of the breath. Keep lengthening there. Now we got him to the full place. He's able to go to the full place. Not all people will be able to go to this point. But if you have them in this point, you want to make sure that their whole back isn't lying flat on the floor. You still want them to be in this little twist. But you want to tell them to soften their shoulder blades, pressing them down into the floor. Their head, relax. Let your head look this way. There, good. One more breath. And now inhale, come all the way back. Exhale, line your belly and get ready to transition to the other side. Right arm is going to lengthen forward. Left arm walks underneath. Good. Now come on to your side. Right knee bends. So you'll be able to see me now more from this side. So again, I'm going to kneel into hero's pose. Right knee is down. Left knee is going to come up. So inhale, arms together. Exhale, come up and back. So here, his fingers aren't still touching, but I'm going to hold underneath his bicep and tricep here and just let him, just going to pull him a little bit. And you can sort of you can play with variations of like this with your client. So we're just trying to get him to free up some of this tightness in his body. Good, now inhale forward. And then exhale, I want you to go a little bit further. So my back of my leg is sort of supporting his back. Does that feel okay, Josiah?
Yeah.
So he can go just a little bit further. Good, now inhale, last one. And then exhale, you may only be here with your client. And this may be it. This may be all that they can do. And I change my leg position a little bit to kind of put a stopper on his middle of his back here. But he can go all the way, so we're going to let him keep coming, good. And then take the arm, full twist, and now just relax. Now here, a different adjustment is to stand in the middle of them. My right leg is to the back of his right hamstring. And I'm going to press his leg forward with my leg as I push on his side hip. And then I'm going to press his shoulder down. How does that feel? So, and then as you can see, one leg is straight, this left leg is straight. My right knee stays bent. I put pressure on his buttocks, his pelvis, or I put my hand down his thigh and I move my body weight into him. As I'm moving, I press down on his shoulder. And then relax, come over, inhale. Exhale, come back onto lying on your belly. Come into one more Cobra. Inhale, gently lift up. Good, exhale, release. Inhale, push back into Child's Pose. In Child's Pose, keep your arms extended long in front of you, bum reaching all the way back. Good, now here in this one, I would just tell your client to soften their shoulders and come and give them just a little massage at the top of their shoulders. And then you can press your thumbs on either side of their spine, working down their spine towards their tailbone. When you get towards their sacrum, turn your palms so your fingers are facing down, your palms are facing towards their head, and then get them to inhale. And then I bend my knees a little bit and I push down here. Good, inhale. So your weight is moving with your client. Exhale. Good, one more. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Now press back up onto all fours. And we have our bolster, which you'll need one of these. You're going to place it on the diagonal, very important. So the bolster, sorry, just one sec. The bolster is like this, okay, on the diagonal, not straight. First, get them to take their right arm underneath. Good. Now get them to drop their head and shoulders. Then come behind them. Get them to take the top arm, lift it up first. This is one way. You may want to stay here with your client. And instead, you may want to pull and just say, inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, pull them back. So here, I'm actually pushing my hand a bit on their lower back. My back shin is into their middle of their back spine. And you'll be able to see a bit more on the other side when we do it. And I can also use my other hand and lift him so he's lengthening and then pull him back. That's one variation. Second variation, get them to take their hand over top of their head. And just get them to breathe into your hands and into their side waist here. Third variation, take their hand behind their lower back, reach it around. Now here, you interlace your fingers around their shoulder and you get them to inhale, relax. So I want you to let your shoulder drop forward. Now exhale, we open them this way. So my legs are apart. The back of my left shin is pressing into their back a little bit. So I'm using that leg as a leverage. Now I'm opening up their shoulder. Good, and then you get them to inhale here, exhale. And you can do a couple of those. Beautiful, release. Okay, now switch sides. So we have to turn the bolster around on the diagonal to face the other side. His left hand is going to reach underneath. Beautiful. Okay, my back side is going to face you a little bit. I'm going to come here. If you can see, my right leg is into the shin part of my leg, is pressing into his lower back, and my foot is on the floor. Okay, I come around here, we get him to lift. Excuse the view of my backside, I get him to lift his arm up. So here I'm placing my left hand on the front of his shoulder, my other hand on his bicep, and I'm lifting and pulling him up. Good, and then release the arm across. Second variation. Here, you can just get them to breathe into the side waist. They may not be able to do that variation right now. Some people's shoulders are too tight, their arms are just going to hang off the ground. If it's hanging off the ground, do the first variation that I just showed you. If you can open them more and they have shoulder stuff going on and you want to try and open up their shoulders, get them to do the third variation. Hand behind your lower back. Good, now this variation, you're going to stand right leg forward. Again, like we did in the first variation, left leg a good distance apart. Interlace your fingers. Cradle your hands around their shoulder. Get them to inhale as they soften their shoulder forward. As they exhale, you're going to bend your knees, pull your body back as you pull their shoulder back. Almost a little bit of like Thai yoga massage incorporated here. And again, inhale and exhale and release. Good, and then gently lift up. We're going to remove the bolster. And then Josiah, come into downward facing dog from here. Downward dog, you're going to make sure you have a strap close by. We're going to take the strap around the top of their spine, the back of their spine. You're going to reach it and grab it behind underneath their legs. I'm in a deep squat position here. I'm going to move back a little bit. I'm going to get Josiah to bend his knees slightly. Now just inhale. Let me pull you back. Exhale. Do you feel that?
Oh, that feels great.
Okay, so I'm not feeling like I'm getting like as much as I could in the kneeling. So I'm going to come up a little bit more, but still knees bent. Inhale. And pull them back. Exhale. Good, one more. In. Okay, now Josiah, I'd say, see how his arms are bent a little bit? And he's really forward. Take your arms a couple inches back towards me, even more. There. He walked back about 3 inches. Now, I want this head totally relaxed. There. Now, inhale. Exhale. Bend your knees for me. Keep bending your knees. Good. So you give them a nice full stretch where it lengthens their back. Look towards your hands. Work all the way up towards your hands. Good and nice. Inhale, lift. It's a little bit ahead of us. Good. Exhale, fold. There, good. First variation, just get them to roll up to their spine, especially beginners. You want to get them with awareness of their vertebrae and slowly coming up. And then they just pause in mountain pose and they're done. Second variation, go back down into a forward bend. Good. Bring the hands out into airplane pose. Airplane arms, I should say. Keep lifting up so that you get them to come into a tabletop back. You can also show them this variation with hands into the wall and straight back if they can't understand or feel this. This is really great for strengthening these back muscles. Good, now on the inhale, Josiah, drop the tailbone towards the floor as you lift up. Exhale here. Now inhale, interlace your fingers. Exhale, one more. Now inhale, little back bend, lift up, come back. Good, look to where your hands are going. Look up, keep going back. Beautiful, stay right there. I don't want you going any further because what's happening is you're letting your whole pelvis tilt forward to get more back. There. And then exhale up, hands into the heart center. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining us and for watching these. I hope that they're beneficial to you, and I hope that it was clear enough for you to see everything we were doing. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Okay, have a wonderful day. Namaste. Peace.